Don't even know I was covering the address because I'm not even gonna live here anymore. Gotta open the doors and turn them lights down low. Damn, it's raining. She back.
Mama 17, 5, same color T.
Hello everyone. It has been so long. I feel like disgusted even, like sitting here obviously feels weird because it's been a long time since I've actually sat down and talked to the camera. But on top of that as well, I just feel so ashamed that I haven't been uploading content, especially since last year. My content was amazing, it was consistent, and she was here and she was ready, do you know what I mean? I didn't really ease off until I went home, and so I apologize so much about that. Today's video is basically a bit of a life update to let you know what's been going on, why I've literally just disappeared, what's happening, what we plan to do in the future, you know, all that little. So before we get started with this video, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button because guys, I want to see y'all joining the gang, joining the squad. Thank you so much for like 580 subscribers. Like damn, like even though I've disappeared, you guys are still here trying to ride for me, so thank you so much. Like it's lit, like thanks so much, and I really truly appreciate it. Like whenever I see people pop up saying new subscriber, I'm like, jeez, they're coming from you, raw, like that's kind of cool still. So thank you so much again. If you want to be notified for any of my new videos, new releases, make sure you hit that big red bell. Big red this is how you know I haven't been in the game in ages. Make sure you hit that bell so you can get notifications every time I upload. Also make sure you hit that like button because apparently YouTube's algorithms are now being like, yo, if you don't like, you're not important, and honey, we are still important. Anyway, let's swing straight into this update. Guys, where the hell have I been? I haven't really gone anywhere. I mean, I'm still here in this lovely room, as you can see. Actually, it's the last day I'm in this room, so it's kind of weird that, you know, the day I pick up the camera is the last day that I'm going to be recording in this room, and I'm actually quite annoyed because the setup, how this looks, the lighting, because the window is beautifully placed right in front of us. I really didn't take advantage of that. I've just literally been at university trying to like salvage through second year. Second year has been a lot more difficult in a sense compared to first year. Obviously academically the rigor and intensity increases, like that's normal, but I feel like this year just I was battling with so much stuff which I didn't realize I had to battle with, that I think YouTube had to take a bit of a break and I had to really focus on myself and focus on everything else that I was doing. So let's break it down a bit. Let's take it back to first semester, right? So the vlogs were still there during first semester. They weren't as consistent as they were in first year. I definitely noticed that. I think a part of it felt like it was a bit repetitive, like I was kind of doing the same thing that I was doing in first year, just in a new year and a new place. But then maybe like I should have just ignored those thoughts and just still ran with it, do you know what I mean? Because I feel like you guys are still watching, you guys are still there and you're still enjoying it. And so that was one issue which I was kind of dealing with in first semester. On top of that as well, I was super busy, so vlogging was just very difficult to do this year in general. Just so you can get an idea of things, so I was working a job where I was doing like 20 hours a week. This is when I was working at the British Heart Foundation, which I am no longer working at, and obviously you wouldn't have known that because the last vlog that I did was, oh shit, that's my delivery. Deliveries coming through. Don't worry guys, I haven't forgotten about you. Let's wait for this delivery to come through and then we'll continue talking where we were. We just got a letter, we just got a letter We just got a letter, I wonder who it's from. Right, sorry about that. As you can see, my parcel just came through. But anyway, as I was saying, so the beginning of this semester was beginning of this year, apologies, was very, very difficult for me. First semester, I was doing a multitude of things. First of all, I had a job where I was working at the British Heart Foundation, which was an amazing job, and I really, really appreciate it. It was literally the best job that I've had ever, but unfortunately, due to obviously timing, uni, it was just kind of like right job, wrong time, wrong place. Do you understand what I mean? If I wasn't a uni student, great, capiche, it would be beautiful. But unfortunately, I am, and that's my top priority. It started to reach the stage where my job was having a bit of a negative impact on both my mental and my physical health, because I would first of all come home from work and I'd just be exhausted, and then on top of that as well, you know, I would sometimes say I had an essay due or a tutorial to prepare for the next day. Often I'd find myself going to work, finishing like around 6, 7, and then heading straight to campus and going to the library and staying there quite late till like 10, 11, going into midnight to finish my work off for an early start of uni in the morning. And so it was just very impractical. The best way to basically describe it to you guys was that it felt like, you know, like if you're in an ocean, you're like swimming to the surface. It felt like I kept trying to swim, and every time I was like getting to the surface, just to get like a little bit of fresh air, you know, more water came. So it kept like, I kept swimming and swimming, and it was just like this action just never stopped, and I was always like kind of fighting for air, do you know what I mean? And it just became very overwhelming, and obviously, like I said, it took a toll on my mental health. You know, a lot of the time with, for example, social activities, and that's not to say like going out clubbing, whatnot, but just simple things like, oh, my friends were meeting up for lunch on a Wednesday afternoon or a Friday afternoon, which are days which I wasn't really at uni. I wouldn't be able to go because obviously I had work instead. So it did take a bit of a toll. It got to the point where literally the only day of the week where I was free was Saturday. And other than that, every other day I was either working or prioritizing university. And so when it came to that Saturday, it was sometimes frustrating because if I didn't do enough uni work that week, I would have to use that Saturday to do that, but then that would also come at the cost of my own leisure and my own free time, which meant that, you know, I wasn't really taking some self-care and some downtime for myself, and vice versa. If I took some self-care days, then I wouldn't be able to fully kind of commit and invest in that time because I was worried about the fact that I'm not spending that time revising or preparing for a tutorial. And that did teach me though a lot about this whole concept of a work-life balance. Like, obviously that's a saying that everyone hears, people say it in passing, and you just hear it thrown around, you know what I mean? And you don't really like deep what they're saying, but it is so important, guys, and I really urge you to make sure that you find a healthy work-life balance. Of course, I'm broke, I ain't got money. Currently, as I sit here talking to you, again, I'm broke. That's just the life of a student, but you have to make sure that you're not overexhausting yourself to the point where it's actually having a detrimental effect upon your health. Like, it's just not that deep, you know. I still have parents who can provide me money if necessary. I still have other means, maybe contacting the university and whatnot. So it's just really about finding the right balance for you, making it work. And so I've always said to people when they have asked me, and you know, you guys have left many comments about, you know, how do you know, have a job at uni? Do you think it's a good idea to have a job at uni? And I think it's completely fine as long as you're able to prioritize and organize your schedule. Make sure that you're committing to a reasonable set of hours and you're not doing something too exhausting. Is that the word? Just basically make sure that you're not doing something which is basically super draining, so that you won't have any energy for your other things. So that's that. So basically in February, that meant that I left the job. It was kind of like a mutual kind of understanding from both me and my employer, and yeah, I was kind of let go, which was fun. Unemployment, hey! So I have been unemployed for quite some time. Fortunately, I have managed to kind of like survive. I don't know how, but we here and we still living and we still breathing, so we move. Also, on top of having a job, and this is where everything was starting to like become very difficult, but obviously I have my ACS presidency, which has officially come to an end. We actually celebrated the ACS ball very recently. If I have any, I definitely have pictures on my Instagram, so go check that out, just at Haddy Jeng. Link will be in the description below, and I might insert some clips here and there so you can get a little preview and see a little pics, because I was slaying, sis. But this is the reason why I have a wig. Obviously, I haven't redressed the wig all video, sorry about that, but you like her, she cute, whatever. I bought it for the ball and I've loved it ever since, and like she's my go-to, you know. Whip on a wig, now I'm like part of Team Wig Life. I gang shit. I've obviously come to an end of my ACS presidency. First off, to quickly let you know how I felt about that. ACS was such a great part of my life. I'm so glad that I did my presidency, and I'm so glad of what we achieved and accomplished. There were a lot of things that I managed to tick off of my like to-do list book. So like when I prepared my speech, I was like, I want to do this, and I managed to accomplish quite a few of those things, which I'm very proud of. I was blessed with a beautiful team of people, so if they are watching, shout out to you guys. My ACS committee for 2018/19 were great, so thank you so much. I would not have been able to have done this without you guys. It was actually just a crazy year. Like I learned so much, not only as a leader, what it means to be a leader and what kind of leader I am. I've learned about problem solving skills, I learned about events management and organization, and just a whole heap of things. So it's been a very insightful experience, but at the same time it has also been very stressful. Like being a president of a society is by no means easy, especially when you're very invested in what happens and what like the events and everything that just happens within the society, which you should be, but like I feel like I just really, like, it's just my baby, do you know what I mean? So I was really giving my all, and you know, like when your baby's sick or when your baby's not feeling well or there's something wrong with your baby, you're like, oh my god, like what's wrong, like what's happening? So you get really stressed, and that was literally me. And I had a couple of issues with just being able to combat that, address that, and making sure that I wasn't overworking myself, because at the end of the day, as I've said several times, I'm just a uni student, like, you know, here to get my degree. You learn some things about people, especially when it comes to working with them, which is very eye-opening. So I have definitely learned that, and I can definitely apply that in future situations. But like I said, ACS was quite stressful, and so now I've got a stressful job and a stressful presidency. The best way to describe how my life was there was a Friday where we were organizing an ACS kind of Valentine's Day games kind of night, and I went to work from 9 to 6. As soon as I finished at 6, I went straight to campus, because campus was like 2 minutes away from my job, and I helped to set up and organize the ACS event. And then when we were doing that event basically lasted till 10, and after that, I was meant to go out and see my friends. So I ended up going home, quickly rushing, getting ready, because everyone was obviously at my friend's house, just chilling and stuff, having prees before going out. And so I come there and I go straight to go and see them. And then as soon as that was cool, we went out partying. And, you know, it just showed you, like, literally, like, within, and then obviously partying didn't come back till like 4, and yeah, like everything was just all clustered right beside each other. It's like, where did she have time to sit down and breathe? Do you know what I mean? Like, ideally after that ACS event, I should have been able to come home, chill, get some food, and then bounce. But it didn't work like that, and that's just a kind of quick snapshot, an idea of just how busy like life was. It was a lot, but I don't regret any of it. I definitely learned so much from this whole experience. I also had other commitments as well, like for example, the NUS Black Students Committee. I will say though, I wasn't fully invested. I wish I could have done better with that. But like I said, already my job, my ACS presidency, and my degree were consuming my life. Like, my degree was mad. You know, I was readjusting to a lot, and I don't think I was all the way there. My mental health has definitely fluctuated this year, and I think a lot of that has been because I've still been trying to address issues that I was going through in first year. So obviously, if you're at this point, you know, if you're new, you probably might not know, but if you're an old fella, you'll definitely know that I went through a racist experience in my first year, and obviously because that happened just before summer, I was able to go away, go home, get a lot of comfort and love and assurance from people, which I obviously love and care about. But moving back into Edinburgh was when I realised I didn't really actually deal with those feelings, because literally there was one time where I was walking through the meadows, and as I'm walking like in one direction, my former flatmates were walking in the opposite direction, and as soon as I saw them, my heart was racing, and you know, I didn't think I would be like that. Like, I felt like in a way scared, and it didn't make sense to me, and I was like, I thought I dealt with this, I thought this was long done and gone and dusted, but it clearly hadn't been. And so I think I was still dealing with all that stuff from last year, kind of this year, and only this year was when I started to process things. And processing things, as I've said to many people, it's a long thing. I don't know, like, some people process things in a day, some people take months to process things, even years, and it's just literally something which you just kind of have to live with and live through, and just take each day as it comes. And that's literally what I was trying to do. And so, to be honest, my mood wasn't amazing, and so picking up a camera and trying to vlog and letting you know, guys, what's happening, especially when a lot of the time it was like literally me staying at home, kind of hiding myself from the world and kind of locking myself in, it just wasn't healthy, and it just wasn't what I wanted to show on my channel. But also, it wasn't I wasn't in the right frame of mind anyway, so YouTube was one of the last things that I was thinking about, just so you get an idea of where my headspace has been, and like just all that jazz, I guess. Having said that, I did want to let you guys know that I haven't like completely forgotten about you. Literally through these like couple of like this 2-month space that I've just disappeared, I literally have been thinking about you guys all the time, and I miss editing, I miss like uploading content. Like, I love doing that. It was my form of escape, and so when your form of escape feels like even too much, when you need an escape in some of your like really kind of dark mental times, it was kind of sad that I couldn't use it as an outlet. And you know, when I see people subscribe and I see people leaving comments, I was just like, this is so amazing, like I'm so blessed. And literally my brothers were on the phone to me saying, you know, this video has got this amount of views, and I was like, what? Like, because I hadn't literally been engaging with my channel that much, to be honest. The only time I'd ever used really YouTube was to watch YouTube videos, but not to actually make YouTube content. And so I really apologize for that, but I just wanted you guys to know that I definitely haven't forgotten about you. As a matter of fact, during my kind of disappearance, I have been filming content, like there are some vlogs still left from like slightly earlier on in the year. I think I tried to film the ACS ball and my experience there, and you know, I've been recording here and there, so I do have a lot of content on my phone, which can still potentially be edited and uploaded. So do expect an influx of videos to be uploaded onto this channel. As soon as I obviously get time, and probably when I'm back home in London, I will try and film a lot more content as well, because obviously I'll have the time to do so. I'll be a lot more free and good. So you're probably wondering, okay, so then why you ain't in London yet? Like, what are you doing in Edinburgh still? Well, basically I've decided that this year I would stay up here in Edinburgh for slightly longer than I did last year, because last year I pieced off really early. I was like, bye, deuces, stuff you Edinburgh, I don't like you. Especially after what I'd been through, it was like, this is the last place on earth that I want to be. Kind of felt like a bit upset that I did that quite early, because you know, looking back, a lot of people were here still enjoying things, and staying here this year has definitely shown me that, you know, waiting till like towards the end of May, you know, is probably better, because a lot of people do a lot of like kind of gatherings, meetups, barbecues, all that cool, cute summer stuff, especially to celebrate the end of exams. And you know, at the end of the year, people are disappearing, people are going places, you're not going to see each other for quite some time. So it's a nice way in order to just be like, hi guys, see them for the last time, say a proper goodbye, and go on your merry way. So I'm very glad that I did stay here this year. As we speak, I'm actually trying to pack up all my stuff now. I've just cleaned the room to obviously make things easier, but when I finish recording this video, I'm literally gonna start packing up this room, which feels really suckish and really sad. So I'm slightly like, although I'm filming this right now, I'm also in the process of filming content for that packing up video. So you might see a vlog where I'm wearing the exact same clothes. So that's literally about it. I don't think I have anything else to add right now. If you guys have any other comments, questions, queries, problems, you know the tea, make sure you write them down and drop a comment below. I'd love to obviously read through, see what you guys are up to, but also you know, answer any questions you may have. I am also looking to basically up and, you know, do some new changes with the channel and with my content. So if you have any specific videos which you wish to see, also leave a comment down below and let me know, because I have basically I'm not sure if I've mentioned this earlier, but I have this sorry, I have this book which was gifted to me by one of my colleagues at the British Heart Foundation. Shout out to you, Dion. And in there I'm writing down all my YouTube ideas and my what else am I writing? Just like subscriber ideas as well for videos, and I'm just going to try and use that book to kind of plan content, which should be really cool. So I'm really trying to, like, you know, work hard at this YouTube game and really put my mind to it, but you know, I can't do it without you guys. Just, you know, stick around. We've got a new journey to go on, and yeah, I've got some exciting things that I'm going to share with you, especially in regards to university. So yeah, I don't think I will say it here. I will say it maybe later. yeah, I think, yeah, I will wait till later and let you know what's going on with me. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys, so I'm gonna duck and dive. Oh wait, let's do this again. I'm gonna duck and dive, and I'll see you in another video. Bye guys.